And then I started getting into drugs. Started drinking a lot. And it was pretty bad. I got super skinny. Super duper skinny. It wasn't that I was like anorexic. It was the drugs that I was taking. It makes you not hungry. So because I was taking it so often, my body was being deprived of food because I just wasn't hungry. Eventually I got super skinny. Then my dad's side of family, we would have like birthdays and stuff like that, and my sister started noticing, and she talked to me about it and said, no, I'm fine, in denial, like usual. And I was telling her I'm fine, and I'm, leave me alone and all sorts of stuff, which I need to hear those things whether I liked it or not. I need to hear those things. But I was going through depression like hardcore. I took some stuff to like, I don't know if I could say it on there, but I've tried many times, to fix the thing that was going on in my mind, and I just couldn't escape my own mind, when really I knew I was doing it to myself, but I just didn't know how to cope with emotions, I was never taught because I grew up with a dad that was like hardcore, So I never knew how to deal with emotions, and because all these emotions were hitting me all at once, it was like chaos. It was chaos, and I was bringing that chaos that was going on inside outside, and eventually I would say I found myself in an institute, and it was so depressing. Like, you think that they would be there to help you. Listen, no. I got so mad because I was in there, and they're supposed to be like therapists, No, they're just trying to, give you some medicine and say, you're all good, now get out. No, that's not how it works. And I told them, I'm literally sitting here, and this is making me even more depressed. What? No, this is not helping me at all. Let me out. And I was getting so angry, and eventually they let me out. And I ended up going back to my Mimi's. I had them pick me up because I didn't have my vehicle. And it was like a big smack in the face, but I needed a couple more smacks in the face to say, wake up, Eventually, I'd say one day, I finally woke up. I mean, that day, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I called my dad, and I told him, I'm ready to get better mentally and fix my life together, because literally I had a job, screwed that up, and I'm living living by, and I don't even have my own home. I'm old enough to be getting my crap together. I'm not, and I was so angry at myself, because here I am, I'm literally being babysat by my own family and by people that, want better for me. But I should be the one putting myself together, not them. They should not be putting me together, right? But I'm putting this responsibility on them, and it's not even their problem. It's my own problem. And it was like, I was so angry at myself at the time that I realized that. And I was like, you know what? I need to get my crap together. Otherwise, this is all I'm ever going to be. Is this pitiful, depressed human. And here, all this happened to me. And I'm just supposed to take it and be this worthless piece of crap? And be depressed and cry over stupid crap? No. Understand that things happen in your past, and they leave you here with something. Be proud of that. You know what I mean? Be proud of it. Don't look at the ugly. And I had to realize, don't look at the ugly. Look at the beauty in what they left you. Everyone leaves you here with something. okay? And I had to realize that. I had to understand that she left me something, you know? They left me something. Every little bit and piece, everyone left me something, and I had to understand that. I couldn't keep looking at the ugly anymore, because the more I kept looking at the ugly and kept doing it to myself, I was doing it to myself. And I'm like over here feeling depressed, and it was like the sob story, man. And that day at 5 o'clock in the morning, I called my dad. Okay, I called my dad and I told him it's time to get my crap together. He said, "Oh yeah," because I told him many times, you know, yeah, I want to, but you know, the doing part I wasn't doing. I wasn't putting my crap together. I was just saying I want, you know, but never fixing myself. And he said, "If you're really telling me you want this, then okay, I want you to be in one of the classes." And he teaches a couple of classes, and so I did, and I ended up packing all my stuff, because I knew if I want a better life, I knew that I needed to get my own home, put some responsibility on myself, get a job, and start putting myself first, like really first, you know what I mean? And so that's exactly what I did. I went cold turkey on alcohol and drugs. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I went cold turkey. When I mean cold turkey, the next day I didn't touch nothing. And I think I was pretty clean on, you know, alcohol, because I ended up hitting the age, you know, but it was like one, you know, and even still now, if I drink, I'm of age now. If I drink, it's like one every 2, maybe 3 months. And I think it's because I built a perception based off of, you know, the alcohol. I built a perception that because I was abusing it, I ended up building a perception that if I drink that, that's a way of going backwards. You know what I mean? And so I'm thankful for that perception, but now I don't think I don't have fun like, you know, kids my age, you know? To me, having fun is like being productive. You know what I mean? Which is, I mean, is good for myself, but many people won't understand it, you know? But I did it, you know? I did that, and I'll end up eventually getting more into my present, future things that are going on, but I'll go over this for right now, because this is my life story so far, and there's a couple of more things that's happened, you know, recently, which I'll go over. I don't know when, because again, it was when trauma happens, it's like you have to give yourself permission, you know. And for a while, it's been kind of hard, you know, and I've been hesitant to even make a video of this. But then I had to understand that if I'm here to help y'all, and if I'm here to give y'all something to look at and give y'all something tangible, then I have to give you something that's personal, you know. And so here I am, you know. Now, I'll give you a little bit about a couple things that I'm working on now in my future. I'm working on this, as you can see. I worked on a couple of things. I had opened up I would say 3 or 4 months ago, I had opened up Textable. I'm pretty sure y'all seen a little bit of that. It wasn't for me, okay? I opened it up for my brother, because I knew he was going through a couple of things, and I wanted something for him to catch on to, so he can, instead of overthinking a couple of things and go through the same thing I did, I wanted him to grasp onto something, you know, something that'll be productive for him. Well, it ended up not working out, and I ended up shutting it down. Then I got into digital assets, which I'm still doing. And I realized that the more digital assets I make, I can make full profit off of. And I kind of think broad, okay? And so I made these digital assets, and I'm still working on the defining the base. It's been a little bit rocky, but so far I think I've gotten a good hang of it. Now I just need to really define it a little bit more, which I haven't been lately because I've been working on this. I started procrastinating big time before I started these videos, and it's because my Etsy account and all that kind of stuff, it's so much work, and understanding the analytics side and how to build these digital assets. It kind of takes a little bit of time, but once you get it done, that's a digital asset, But then the other part that goes into it is understanding how to market and stuff like that, And so there's all these things all at once, and I knew if I wanted to do it, I'm gonna really have to, crack down on that individual part. But I still have it because now it's gonna be a continuous asset. Whoever buys it, whenever they buy it, I still get profit off of it, and so I'm always gonna have that there. Not only that, but I'm able to build these digital assets that I'm able to, not only these videos, but, sorry, I spit on my lip a little bit, but I'm able to build these assets according to, the information I talk about, the life challenges, stuff like that. And I'm able to build a digital asset off of that and then give it to y'all, And yeah, you have to pay for it, but that's why then I brought in these videos, and really talk about things like this. And the reason why I've talked about it in a couple of a video maybe, is because I've gone through so much, and I've been waiting for a very long time to make videos like this. And it's because I know there's so much more work I need to do, There's so much I need to work on with myself, and I didn't want to just jump in and not be the perfect person and show y'all what it is to, work hard, But then I had to realize that I'm always going to have to work on myself, I'm always going to have to do the work. And if I can get started now, why not, And then I realized that y'all get to watch me grow, Y'all get to watch me grow. And I wish I would have started this a long time ago, because then y'all would have gotten to watch me grow, and then y'all could have grown with me, Which I'm still growing, so we're still working hand in hand, So that's another great thing, Which is, it's beautiful. Growing is beautiful because you get to watch, from A to Z, how many lives you lived in one life. And it's crazy, because then you get to see how many skills you learned along the way, how much information you learned along the way, what kind of value you bring to your name, you know what I mean? And that's the craziest part, And I guess, like myself, the people that go through things, the hard things, that you're capable of more. If you've seen how low you can get, imagine how far high you can jump, you know what I mean? Imagine how high you can jump. And I think that we tend to look at people's flaws rather than looking at how far they've grown. And it's so wrong. So wrong. One person mess ups just a little bit and the spotlight's on them. You know what I mean? We're all going to mess up, Maybe, depending on how bad they mess up, correct someone, but don't tear them down. Understand why they did what they did, And I've done many things, and I think everyone that's forgiven me and gave me the chance to prove myself, you know? Not only prove myself, but prove myself to myself. That was the hardest part because it was so hard. And after everything had happened, you know, I had to sit down with myself, and I remember just feeling so much guilt and embarrassed with myself because how could I do that? You know what I mean? How could I hurt so many people and the people that cared so much? And how could I put these responsibilities on people? And it was so hard. But once I got the work done and shown what I was capable of, then I keep reaching further and further. Because if I can, you can. If I can, you can. I know you can. Take it in. Take your life in. Analyze your life. Look at how far you've come. Imagine how far you can go, though. That's the blessing. Every day we are given a life to live. Some days people don't get to live that day. But you do. So, prove your name. Show your name. Write it on concrete. Okay? Leave your name behind. We all have a name. I'm a Carranza and I'm a Orozco. Both very powerful names. Leave your name. Leave your name. We all have meaning to our names. The things we do brings the meaning. Our everyday choices, our everyday habits that we do determines our future. What do you want your future to look like? That's maybe the biggest lesson you could probably take out of this. Whatever cards you are dealt with, you can decide how you play that game. You can win, or you can self-sabotage and lose. Who wants to do that, though? Think about it. Think about it. But it takes sitting down with yourself. Life is beautiful if we make it beautiful. It's up to us. Just an insight into Autumn's world, into Autumn's life. And I'll bring some funny, quirky videos into my streams here soon. Not my streams, my videos, which eventually I'll like to stream. I'll bring some fun, cool videos here soon. Just really defining my bases, you know. Part 1 and part 2 is split in between these two videos. This main long video is going to be split into 2. I don't know. I feel like there's so much more. And there is. I may be telling it to you like so easy and so simple. You know? I gave you the cleanest, cuttest version ever. Just because I don't want this video to be too long. But the work was hard. And then that's what everyone needs to understand is you can want all day and think that you can't snap your fingers and it'll just be this perfect life story. No. It takes work. It takes work and dedication to yourself. That's the only way. That's the only way. And if you want a better life, you need to commit to yourself. Okay? You can't help people if you don't help yourself first. And that's what I had to realize. And now, I'm able to understand certain things. And by golly, I don't have all the answers. I don't. I only have the experiences that I lived. Life lessons that I lived. And from that, the knowledge, you know. The things to do and not to do, you know. But take this in, analyze it, take in what you want. But understand you are capable of so much more, you know. Don't define yourself to a box or what you think you're capable of. We are our own worst enemy, okay? And we could be our best friend at the same time. decide which one's which. That's the best thing I could tell y'all. Alright, guys. Y'all have a great day, and I'll tell y'all more later. Bye.